We've reached Week 16 in the National Football League, and we'll see the top 2 picks back in April. It's Trevor Lawrence versus Zach Wilson and the Jags and Jets coming up next.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. The Jacksonville offense getting ready to begin this first drive. The number 1 overall pick back in April, Trevor Lawrence, the rookie out of Clemson.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
Let's go.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats are going to tell the story. And, wow, what a story it is. Nearly a full 23 miles an hour. One of the fastest plays on record, folks. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's second down. Well, these sacks are really piling up. Last week, it was a half-dozen sacks. And here's one on the opening drive.
And it has the potential to be what we call a gap, a game-altering play. Because, let's face it, you just mentioned 6 sacks last week. Now, if you're an offense and you saw that on tape, you got to think to yourself, maybe I bring people in, keep them in, and try and protect my quarterback. It didn't work on that play.
To try again after the sack. Lawrence, and his throw here's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence. And this is going to be incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. The Jets have Braxton Berrios back deep. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets about set to go on offense, led by their rookie quarterback for 2021, the 2nd overall pick, Zach Wilson out of BYU.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Wilson's throw here into the hands of Moore. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The numbers for him from a week ago, 5 catches, 63 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. To throw again is Wilson. He finds Corey Davis. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And forget about the one to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's Wilson. Right back to Davis. It's complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run for the first time with Michael Carter. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Here's Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trite expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Calling a loss of 5. A big sack to bring up 3rd down. We had a pretty good idea that they were going to pressure this young quarterback, and that's now 2 sacks here in the 1st quarter.
And, yeah, this is a secret to exactly nobody because if you're a rookie quarterback, you know you're going to see pressure. Defenses want to see how you're going to handle it or if it forces you into making bad decisions. That's their goal.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Here's Logan Cook now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC as the Jets come back out on offense. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early, but there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. This is intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And the Jags will take over possession here up at the 44. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaking up on the play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Lawrence to throw. Buying time to his left. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down. Lawrence will throw. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Now hang on a moment here. Marshall's in some pain. Still down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
So now after the sack of Lawrence, the Jags looking at a 3rd and long. Now Lawrence on 3rd and long. Flushed out right. Room to run past midfield. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Lawrence.
And Shark calls it in. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
The Jags with their first opportunity in the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The numbers in last week's bowl game for Robinson. 17 carries, 134 yards, and the score, too.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown.
James Robinson.
His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Jags have taken the early lead.
On 3rd down and short and everything well executed, he not only gets the 1st down, Charles, he gets the touchdown as well.
And you see the defense commit to the run so often in these situations, but there's always that little bit of hesitancy, isn't there, partner? Thinking that they may play action you. They took advantage of that hesitancy and found their way into the end zone with a running play.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The rookie Zach Wilson and the Jet offense set to go to work once more.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw right side complete to Carter. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, this defense for the Jaguars, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game and it gained 4 sacks total. It made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run. And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wilson going to give to Carter on the draw. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He was probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive to be one of the best, we'll see more of that in the future.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Carter on the toss right. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Lawrence. Incomplete. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Gets around him, and he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go! Oh, heck yeah.
By Travis Etienne, and every time I see him carry it, I think of the word mature. Why? 4 full seasons at Clemson, not something you normally get with a running back. Had almost 5,000 yards rushing, the school record, along with 70 rushing touchdowns. That's both the school record and ACC record. The second running back taken in the draft after Najee Harris from Alabama, number 25 overall. He's now wearing number 1 in the NFL after wearing number 9 at Clemson. He loves those single digits.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Lawrence. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. Short completion, just 4 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there. That was not an easy one to hold on to. The kick by Crosby is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this one's incomplete. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action, it's Wilson. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Now it's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He was trying to get it to Denzel Mims that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. To throw is Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Here's J.K. Scott now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on it.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run.
And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play there on the catch and run.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Now Lawrence.
He completes it to Jones. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
8 yards. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jets' 47-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2.
They run. Robinson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Every time I see James Robinson make a run, as we just saw there, one word comes to mind for me, and that's determined. Undrafted, out of Illinois State, always doubted, and all he did, finished 6th in the NFL in rushing. What a find he was in 2020, and he expects that to continue in 2021.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On the toss, here's Robinson. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll go down at the 28. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
Dances by at the 20. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Lawrence going to give this to Robinson, draw play.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. 2nd down and goal.
Lawrence. He'll get this off to Etienne.
Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there, because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Bring it, baby, bring it!
Jacob Hollister, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead.
The defense is doing their best, but they're struggling right now. They'll look for some help from their own offense to keep them in the game.
Extra point try now for Crosby. He's got it, and it's 17-0.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Braxton Berrios selecting to bring it out. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Now Corey Davis and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Carter. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And Davis with it left side. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again here, Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle.
Here's Wilson to throw.
A throw to the flat for Carter.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Let's go.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 17, Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen.
On 1st down, Lawrence.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end, as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 29, Lawrence. Into the set. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense, which you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that'll be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Wilson. Able to connect with Mims. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Wilson now to throw on third down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
A 55-yard attempt.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Jaguars out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. From there, let's head over to Minneapolis to check on the Vikings at home at US Bank Stadium. And they trail the visiting LA Rams as that one's gone to the intermission. 2 touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Tampa Bay Bucks. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception. We continue on with the check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Jags. And even though they've got the big cushion, I would imagine they'd like to see a little more out of their passing game. Pretty pedestrian numbers through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Let's go. Let's do this.
The Jets take over first and 10.
The Jets head out on offense here to start this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now it's Wilson. And this will be incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for New York. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And that will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. And sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. Two of the top running backs in NFL history, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, both 5'10".
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down. So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Now Lawrence finds the open target, Arnold. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 35. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So in Jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Arnold. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On first down, it's Robinson. Wiggles free. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. The last run got 6. Now second and 4. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Lawrence. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And the Jags are going to have first and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise? And find the first down, and that's what he just did.
Here's Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is now 24. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now Wilson on first down. Flushed out right. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Normally we're talking about a quarterback duel where they're matching each other pass for pass. How about the footwork in this with both of these guys running the ball well?
Yeah, they've mixed in the run game. You're exactly right. Now, both coaches might not like how much their quarterbacks have taken off, but another example right there of just good mobility.
56.
Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up second down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Let's go!
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. A handoff for Carter. And they'll get him down right around the 16. From the 16, Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And it's caught. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! 16 outlaw. 44,
Carter. Fighting his way in for a Jets touchdown. Michael Carter, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are able to close the gap just a bit. So the toss play effective, even down here near the goal line.
Yeah, and you're hoping the defense commits too many men to stop the run in the middle of the field and that your blockers can gain a little bit of an advantage. And when they do, foot race to the pylon, and this time he had the speed to win that race.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before you get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Now after touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw into the hands of the receiver, Chenault. And he is finally out of bounds, but not before taking it down inside the 30. It's a big play for the Jaguars.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That one complete. He finds Sharp.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Let's go! That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield. But as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it.
Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dan Arnold. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game. Now and then I actually listened in history class.
All the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Crosby connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Yeah.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he's got his big tight end here. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
The Jets on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. Uncorks one for Davis. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. He'll air this one out for Mims. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Robinson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain.
The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Draw play, Carter. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson. He'll check this one down to Carter. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll make it 2nd down. Here's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's more. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 31-yard line. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. That's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. On 3rd and 1, Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. They'll run with Carter. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Coach
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. No problem there on the extra point, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Rookie Trevor Lawrence of the Jaguar offense ready to take over. They begin the drive with Robinson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Here's Robinson again on second down. Busts through the tackle. He's still barreling through. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Now hang on a moment here. Marshall's in some pain. Still down. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back.
60 Pittsburgh. Hey, check Mike 45. Man, that's trash.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second down, it's Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Able to complete this to Shenault. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Buzz! Let's go, D. Hard! Squeeze! Defense wins championships, man.
Now Lawrence on first down. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. This is Shenault on the receiving end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
One of the selling points of the in route is it gives the quarterback a really nice sight line to his receiver and almost on a direct shot able to throw the ball into the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
On third down, Robinson. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. 3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. They'll try to run this one in. And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the first. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more importance than others? This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through, and their lead will swell up to 28. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they're guaranteed now a sub-500 season as they fall to 6-9. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.